Hello everybody, welcome to the online session of Manu Law classes. My name is Brijesh and I am the English faculty at Manu Law classes. In today's session, as you can see on the board that it says question of the month, August 2021. What we do every month, we come up with a lesson in which we discuss CLAT passages, the way you should approach it, the way you should tackle it, the way your approach should be while solving the passage. On the other hand, in the next part, we discuss some conventional based questions that are MCQs based questions that will be helpful for your A-Lit and other law entrance examination. So before we proceed any further, let me tell you that our admissions for 1 year, 2-year programs are open. You may call us today, and you can also visit www.lawentrancindia.com. You can call us today on 9971444054. If you have any doubt with regards to CLAT, A-Lit examination or any other law entrance examination, or you want to know something about, sir, how to go in law field, you do not have any knowledge about these programs, you're most welcome. You can call us today and know each and every detail of this law program. Our representative will be more than happy to help you. Alright, so what is reading comprehension that we discuss every time, and why it is considered as the difficult part of any examination? Why? Because reading comprehensions are considered the lengthiest thing, that you have to first read the question, then understand the passage, and then again come back to the question. Some students feel in that way that they should read the passage first, then they should come back to the question. It makes kind of back and forth movement of your preparation during the CLAT examination. It should not be the case. Whenever you are ready, whenever you think that you have to take this reading comprehension session, you have to make this thing in mind that you have to do in a very short span of time. So how do you do that? That is where we come into place, and we help you understand how this reading comprehension can be understood or done in an easy way. It says that let's learn the art of the comprehension. See, why do we call it is an art? Because for some students it is easy, for some students it's difficult. So why it happens? Because some students practice hard, on the other hand, others think that, sir, I have been reading English for a long time, I can do any reading comprehension. But that is not the case. Every examination contains reading comprehension to eliminate a lot of students. We do not want you to be eliminated. That's why we come up with these questions every time. So what we see here on the board is a passage of at least 300 words. It talks about sexual harassment at a workplace. Okay, so what you need to do, as soon as you see a passage, your approach should be you go to the question first, one by one. Okay, so the question says, what is the tone of the passage? So when you are sure about this passage has a question that asks about the tone of the passage, while reading you will be quite alert that I have a question that asks the passage, the tone of the passage. So also make sure that you are reading the tones, that is critical, descriptive, analytical, laudatory. So you would ask, sir, how to overcome this tone of the passage? How do you do that? You basically take it as a word meaning. Okay, tones of the passage can be learned as a word meaning. See, there are 3 types of tone, as you know, tones which has positive connotation, positive tone, tones which are negative, and tones which are neutral. So what you can do, you can have some readily available tones from Google, from MLC Kit, and from so many places out there. What you can do is you can make a list of them and you can learn them by heart. Because see, when it comes to laudatory, what do you mean? First you need to know the meaning of laudatory. Only then you will be able to understand whether the passage is laudatory or not. At the same time, you have to also understand that analytical or descriptive or critical. So the first step is you need to know the meaning of that particular tone, and also you need to know whether this tone has been used in the passage or not. How do you then understand that what tone of the passage has been used? You have to read from top to bottom, understand that what is the word, what are the choices of words the writer is doing in this passage. Based upon the choice of words, you decide whether which tone is this passage belong to. Okay, so the first question is based upon tone of the passage. Which of the following is not feature of the new act? So as soon as you read, you will find that this passage is being As soon as you read this passage, you will come up with the idea that in this passage the writer has discussed an act. What is that act? That is a new act basically. So question is, which of the following is not a feature of the new act? So while reading that passage, make sure that all these are information given in the passage. You have to find not. So it means that there are 5 options, so 4 out of them are correct. Maybe apart from this, none of these 3 out of them may be correct. So all may seem correct, you have to find the one which is not. Okay, so always remember that you have to be particular about these particular words that are mentioned in the question, because there students make mistake. They think that they have asked about the mentioning, that they have not about the not mentioning. So you have to be particular about this word not, and then go ahead with the question. Next question is, how is the word debatable used in the passage? See, this is also an art. We make frequent videos on word meanings. You can watch that. They are formed under shorts. In those shorts, we discuss a word with the help of a synonym, antonym, and a sentence. Here, what you do, like, how is the word debatable used in the passage? How do you recognize, and why this question is significant with regards to your examination? Because this kind of questions are asked directly in AILET examination. So while preparation, we keep this thing in mind that so many students, so many of you take part in AILET too. Sometimes CLAT can also ask question based upon recognition of a word, whether with which parts of speech this word come from. It is better, it is very, very helpful for a lawyer if he knows, if he or she knows that what word has been used, in what sense the word has been used, and it helps him to become an articulate writer. Okay, so debatable is a word. Always remember that when a word is being finished with able, that becomes generally adjective. But also make sure that you have to first read the passage and then mark that even though you are so confident, but there are slight chances that it may be noun or some other words based upon the place where it has been kept. As you can see that there is a word principal. Okay, so when you say principal, it generally means a noun, a person who is heading the school. On the other hand, when we say what is the principal goal of your life, so here in this word, in this context, the word principal does not mean the head of the school, but it means that what is the main aim of your life. So a word can have different meaning based upon the place it has been kept. Okay, so next question is, according to the passage, how should sexual harassment in the workplace be viewed? So how do you answer this question? You have to be very, very particular what has been mentioned in the passage itself. No presumption, no out of the box thinking. This is English passage, and in English passage every information is given in the passage itself, whether explicit or implicit, but it has been mentioned in the passage. And here in this context, it is a factual based question, because how should sexual harassment in the workplace be viewed might have been mentioned. Question number 5 says, what is the author most skeptical about? So skeptical is a word that means not easily convinced, or kind of जिद्दी, जो जल्दी convince नहीं होता है, और doubtful. Basically here means doubtful. So there are 4 options. Basically 5 is none of the above. 4 options, maybe 3 of them the writer agrees, but there is one which the writer is doubtful about. So you have to read the passage now and then answer the question. I will leave the board for you that for 2 minutes, and I would want you to go through from this portion, means top to bottom, and understand that how you are going to solve this passage. Your time starts now. All right, so hope you have gone through the passage and you have understood what the passage is all about. The passage talks about the sexual harassment at workplace. Okay, so for so many students, they might have understood in one go. On the other hand, some students did not understand in one go. So what should be my suggestion there for you is to read the passage one with word by word. Also try to read between the line, because sometimes what happened, you might have seen that there was question that talks about ICC. Here in that terms, the question maker has acronymed this word, that is Internal Complaints Committee, that is IC&C, but it may lead to Indian Cricket Cup if you have misunderstood or you haven't noticed it. So that is called read between the line. All right, so what you need to do is to understand the passage well if you really want to get 5 on 5. It says the Sexual Harassment at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition, Redressal Act 2013, which was signed into law on 22nd April, is a significant civil remedy that recognizes women's right to a safe work environment free to sexual harassment. Means this first stanza, this first para talks about there is an act which came into the force as a civil remedy to recognize women's right, that women should work at a safe place and with all the facilities and safety. Next, the onus is on the employer, like onus is burden of proof. The onus is on the employer who is responsible for ensuring such an environment and is to be held liable in the case of any violation. Means the employer hai, he will be responsible for ensuring an environment. It is the duty of that employer to maintain that environment, to be held liable in any case of violation. If there is something happen, then the employer will be liable. Here, while the public sector and public sector and the private sector are covered, the law also includes other workplaces. So here you have to understand that what is the meaning of public sector, what is the meaning of private sector, and apart from these two sectors, what two sectors are there else. So it says that the law also include other workplaces. Other workplace means including the sphere of paid domestic work. Paid domestic work मतलब sometimes you get freelance work, है ना, आप कभी कभी maid रखते हो, कभी कभी ऐसे कर्मचारियों को रखते हो घर पे, that is called domestic work, जो कि private and public sector में नहीं आता है. That is also considered under this act. All right, additionally, the broad definition of employee. So when you read this act, there will be a definition of employee. So under the broad definition of employee, that encompasses a range of work situation including the informal, unorganized sector. So we discussed about public sector, we discussed about private sector. We also understood that there are some informal and unorganized sector. Okay, so to challenge, of course, is the implementation. So as soon as you're reading, you can see that some of the informations are coming before you, like this is a civil remedy and employer is responsible. All these information is very, very important. So you can, if you are solving it in a hard copy or a book, you can mark them. If you are solving through a digital copy, you will have highlighted there to mark them. So make sure you are marking them. All right. So the challenge is what? The challenge is its implementation. Implementation difficult hai, quite apart from the debatable legality. So as this word is already highlighted, so here you get this answer. And how I know that there is a question with regards to that? Because I have read the question. Let's say, what if I haven't read the question first and I just kept reading, I did not notice the word. But since I have read the question and there was a question based upon this word, that is debatable. So it says that quite apart from debatable legality, so it is a noun. So based upon noun, you will have only adjective before the noun. So here the debatable works as an adjective. Here we got the answer. Of the conferring powers of civil court. Civil court के जो powers है ना, we have conferred, means given to Internal Complaint Committee, that is ICC. The power functioning of those bodies in the organized sector and local complaint committee, that is LCC, depends largely on their composition. Okay, so it will be upon their composition. The requirement of women members as well as members familiar with issues related to sexual harassment is crucial for sensitive handling of these cases. All right, so as you know that in this act they have decided that these number of women should be there and the judge should be there, that should be a lady. So these all thing has been mentioned, and that is the crucial part as it discussed in the passage of this sensitive handling cases, since sexual harassment at workplace must be viewed within the framework of unequal power relation. So as you know that how there was a question how it should be seen, so there the explicit answer has been given here of an unequal power relation within the workplace where women at lower rungs are more vulnerable. Okay, so जो women होती है they are very vulnerable at that contact. So this passage has been taken from Mathura Banwari by Lakshmi Murthy. It has been written by Lakshmi Murthy and published in Economic Political Weekly. So you need to understand that these kind of sources are also important, because when you are reading you have to refer to many sources what to read. कभी कभी मन में question आता है क्या पढ़ना चाहिए सर. You should read different genre, you should read magazines, you should read newspaper, because if you read The Hindu daily it will be kind of monotonous and you will be fed up after some time. All right, so make sure that you are incorporating so many genres while reading. Now let us start answering the question. First is, what is the tone of the passage? So throughout the passage, while you were solving, you might have seen that the writer is criticizing, giving some good thing and bad, criticizing about the passage, about the implementation and other things. So here you can say it was a critical because it talks about some positive thing, it talks about some negative thing about the passage. So whenever you find this kind of combination, the tone of the passage becomes critical. Descriptive, on the other hand, leads to a lot of description unnecessary, and analytical, like comparing, a lot of comparison. Laudatory means praising something or somebody. All right, which of the following is not a feature of the new act? So as you read, you might have seen that the onus is not on employee but it is on employer. So you have to be very careful while reading this question and while reading in the passage, because they look alike and there they create kind of confusion. So here the onus is on employee, so it is not a feature. The onus is on employer. Again, we already answered this question. It was acting as an adjective. And according to the passage, how should sexual harassment in the workplace be viewed? As we said that while solving the passage, we came to know that it should be in the context of the unequal power relation. It was clearly mentioned in the passage, and that's the correct option here. The last one is, what is the author most skeptical about? So here, make sure that you are reading all the option and finding which is the most related one, most nearest, which is the nearest one. So the powers that have been conferred on the ICC, here ICC does not mean Indian Cricket Cup. On the other hand, that internal committee that was mentioned in the passage, which are akin to that of a civil court. No, that is not the correct answer. The fact that women member may have not been included in the constitution of the ICC. Okay, the unequal power relation that exists between the employer and the employee. No. The implementation of the act. So here D, as you see that the para 2 starts with this common intention that the fact is the writer is skeptical about how this act is gonna be implemented. That is the difficult part, because here so many technicalities are there, right? So you have to have such an environment and so many factors play a role. Okay, because we are not talking about only public sector, private sector, but also unorganized sectors. So that's why D is the correct one. All right, so here is the detailed answer. If you want to have a look, you can have a look, or you can take a screenshot of this slide so that you can redo this passage or understand how the correct answers had been given in the passage. Now moving on to the second part of this examination of your preparation, that is conventional type questions or AILET based question or other law entrance exam based question. Analogy has been part of this examination. As you can see that in CLAT 2015 they have asked a simple question based upon analogy. What is analogy? First try to understand what is analogy. So today's topic is analogy. Analogy means similarity, okay, or samanata. So here every time you get you have been solving question from the beginning itself, that you will be given some words and one out of there will be odd, or there will be two pairs, they would ask about the similarity. So here in this case there may be several ways similarities can be found, okay. So what you need to do is to practice, because these kind of questions come with practice. So let's say you are attempting a lot of questions based upon analogy, so ensuring that this can be a part of your examination. Why? Because you can see that in ALET 2021 they also asked a very easy question based upon analogy. So when you are practicing for your examination, make sure you are going through some of the sets of practice of analogy. So during preparation, make sure that you have this kind of sets where you practice all the analogy questions, okay. So how generally these are asked: directions of the question 1. In the question, a related pair of the word or phrases is followed, okay. A related pair or a word is followed by a pair of words or phrases. Select the pair that best expresses a relationship between the one expressed in the original passage. So there may be several ways you can find the similarity. It can be related to spelling, it can be the meaning, it can be the pronunciation. Here in this case, read, it says that peel is peel. So this is the question, basically it says 1, this is the question. So you need to find out the relation, the similarity of this among all these, which one you find is similar to that. So peel and peel, they have same pronunciation but different meaning. So you can simply see that rain and rain, they both have a same pronunciation and different meaning. So the correct answer is C here in this case, and you can easily answer it by seeing that these are a good example of pronunciation based similarity analogy, okay. On the other hand, when you come to this newest question, that is ALET from ALET 2021, you find how this tree and leaf are related to these following example, like tiger and cub, bows and arrow, plants and sunlight, flowers and petal. So while observing, you will find that okay, tiger and cub, they are related, and the cub comes from tiger, arrow also goes from the bow, and plants need sunlight. So this is out of the box. Even here, see, the trees have leaves on them, the same way flower have petals on them. So that is where D becomes the correct answer. So what I wanted you to know today, that you have to have a readily available list of analogy where you practice analogy a lot, where you try to understand different concepts. Like sometimes you have some fruits which are under the sun, under the land, which are above the land. So there are so many things that can be considered under this topic analogy, and if you have good command over analogy, I promise that you will understand this topic very well. So with these words, I would like to say thank you very much for watching the video till the end, and also make sure that you are practicing a lot passage based questions as well as these conventional type of question. At the last, I would like to say that you must join our Telegram channel. Why I said must? Because as a student, what you need some questions that are based upon CLAT examination, that are based upon this various examination. So there, we Manu Law classes help every student out there. Whosoever joins our channel, he or she gets a passage every day and followed by answer key at 5 p.m. That is on the complimentary basis. So if you are looking forward to preparing for CLAT and ALET examination, make sure you are joining our channel, that is Legally Yours. You can join that through our website. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is Manu Law Classes Private Limited, wherein you will find all the current affairs of daily from newspaper The Hindu by Gautam Sir. You will find law decodified, various landmark judgment explained by our senior faculty, Mr. Dinesh Kumar, and I make word meanings, I make topic, these kind of tests. So you will be altogether benefited by the practice that we provide on YouTube too. So thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you.